friends, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you our camping vlog. Please do not pay any attention to my hair. I'm filming this video the day after we got home and I have a hair appointment this afternoon, so yeah, my hair looks terrible. But anyway, I couldn't wait to sit down and share this video with you guys. We had an amazing time. It was so much fun. If you saw my camping vlog video from our last camping trip, we had an okay time then, but you'll have to just go see that video if you haven't seen it already to understand. This was a night and day difference in camping. It was so much fun. We went to Mississinawa Lake. It's not a state park, it's a recreational area that has a campground. I thought it was a state park, but actually it's not. I really don't know what the difference is, but anyway, it was beautiful. It's about an hour and a half south of us in Indiana, and the fall leaf color was just beautiful. If you don't like scenic videos, you're not going to enjoy this video very much, because I took a lot of footage of our walks and still shots of the trees and different things. It was just absolutely gorgeous. We left on Friday after Travis and Scott got home from work, so we left here about 4 o'clock. We got down there around 5:30. We were camping with some friends this time. They are friends of ours. They've been our friends for going on 30 years. They camped with us when all of our kids, they have a boy and a girl as well, right around Travis and Olivia's age. Their kids are just a smidgen older than our kids. So they grew up together, and we would go camping, them and their 2 kids, us and our 2 kids. Travis and their boy got along really good because their boy was the oldest, and Olivia and the daughter got along really well. And so we just have been camping friends and camping buddies for years, and we also go to church together, so that's always nice. Now their kids are grown. I mean, like I said, they're a few years older than my kids, so their kids didn't come anymore. Their son, in fact, is married and has a child, and their daughter's off doing her own thing. So anyway, Travis and Olivia still live at home, and they like to still go with us, so, and we like to have them, so they went with us. And so when we got there, we had planned that I would have the meat already thawed out, and Wayne, I'll just say their name, Wayne and Lisa, Wayne would have the campfire going, and then while we're setting up, Wayne would start cooking the meat so that we didn't have a super late dinner. It gets dark around about 7 o'clock now, and so we wanted to eat before it was dark. So that's what we did. We had chicken the first night, and I can't remember how much footage I have from the first night, but we had chicken. They cooked up a pan of potatoes and carrots and onions fried together in an electric skillet, and we had that, and we had chicken for dinner the first night. And then we just sat around the campfire, and unfortunately about 9 o'clock the wind picked up really hard and it started to rain. So we just went into the camper, and we all just relaxed in the camper. So here's some footage from the first day. It would be footage of our trip down, and what little bit I took. Like I said, I can't remember what footage all I took that first day, but this is the footage from the first day. We're on our way. 10 more degrees and it'd be perfect.
I don't buy any with salmonella in them, so you can.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, you bought them though. Maybe they do then.
Salmonella free.
Yeah.
This was the sleeping arrangement the first night for Travis and Olivia. Travis slept on the couch. Olivia had a blow-up air mattress that she slept on the floor next to the couch. This is how they slept when we were at Indiana Beach, our last camping trip. So on Saturday, the second day, we had breakfast together. We had pancakes. Lisa she doesn't have celiac disease, but she's got a sensitivity to gluten. So I made some homemade pancakes with oat flour, and we had pancakes and sausage for breakfast. I don't think I took any pictures of that. And then after breakfast, we jumped in Wayne and Lisa's car and went over to a cemetery and to some of the other scenic places in Mississinewa Lake. Now this area was a river. I don't know what the name of the river is. And then they built a dam that formed the lake. And the purpose of it was so that farmers could farm the area around and be like a drainage thing for whenever the river got too high, so that they could plant their crops. So it's become a huge place for fishing, and it's a hunting area, And in fact, in some of the trails that we went on, it said that hunter orange was recommended in the fall, which we didn't know that before we went, so we didn't have any hunter orange with us. But obviously we were okay. We didn't even see any hunters. So anyway, but anyhow, it's one of those places, one of those areas that you really need a vehicle, because it would have been too long of a walk to go over to the dam and over to this really cool cemetery that we went to. So if we go back, we're going to make sure that we either go with our friends again, or we have a vehicle that we can drive instead of having to unhook the camper and drive the camper around. So anyway, we hopped into the car and we went over to the dam, and then we went to this cemetery, which is, it's got a really neat history behind it. It's a Francis Slocum Cemetery. Frances Slocum was a Quaker girl from Pennsylvania that in the late 1700s, she was captured by the Indians. I can't remember what tribe, but it'll say, you'll see in the pictures. She was captured by a tribe of Indians at the age of 5 and taken to Indiana, to the area of this park. She was raised with the Indians. She married an Indian chief. She had 4 children. She had 2 boys and 2 girls. The 2 boys unfortunately died when they were young, but the 2 girls grew up and they ended up marrying preachers. So this tribe, this particular tribe of Indians that they were in, missionaries came and they were converted to Christianity. So in the cemetery, you'll see a lot of Indian symbolism as well as Christian symbolism. When Frances was 85 years old, her brothers, I can't remember the story exactly, they found out about this woman, this older woman in her 80s that was white but had been raised with the Indians. So she considered herself an Indian because she was 5. She didn't remember her native language. She didn't remember her family, anything like that. But anyway, her brothers found out, heard this rumor. So they came and they sought her out, and they were able to identify her from a scar. She had a particular scar on her body. And so she was reunited with her blood family, but she always remained as part of this tribe, and she was given a Christian burial when she passed away. So in this cemetery is Frances Slocum's cemetery, as well as her Indian husband, her 2 daughters, and this whole cemetery is all relatives of the Slocum family and the Indian tribe that were related. So it was super interesting. So here's footage from day 2 when we went and saw all these really neat things.
care of that thing. On a nice day, it would be really enjoyable to sit out here and fish. Just relax. They say no fire. There's certain spots that you see no fire.
So then on Saturday when we got back from doing all of the looking around and whatnot, we each family went to their own campers. We had our own lunches separate, and we took a little bit of a nap, and then or rested. We didn't really sleep. Back when the kids were little, they actually napped, but we just rested. And then we had bacon cheeseburgers cooked over the fire for dinner, and we had more of the potatoes and carrots and onions because everybody liked that so much. And then we just sat around the fire. Olivia made s'mores for everyone, and it did get pretty blustery. We kind of got smoke blown in our faces quite a bit, and we had to bundle up a lot. But it was just so much fun, and the fire was cozy and crackling, and it was quiet. There was no noisy neighbors to contend with, and so we got to sit out by the fire till 10:30, something like that, when we all decided it was time to go to bed.
This is what you can do when the smoke comes.
Something funny?
Your daughter, get her. The second night, Olivia decided to turn the dinette into a bed and sleep on that instead of on the floor, and we found out that this was so much easier than her blowing up that air mattress and then deflating it every day, and also it kind of gave her and her brother a little bit more of their own space. Then on day 3, Sunday, we woke up and the skies were still kind of overcast and gray. Friday and Saturday was very windy, very chilly, kind of gray, but it was just fun anyway. I mean, we definitely didn't get overheated when we were walking the trails and looking at things, but as you saw in some of those pictures, we were quite bundled up. But Sunday, we got up, we had breakfast together again. We had scrambled eggs and bacon. After breakfast, we walked some of the trails, and this trail went past like a little pond, and it was full of geese. Not a lot of geese, but a good sized flock of geese, and it was a really beautiful walk. our friends had to leave. They babysit for their grandchild on Sunday evenings and Mondays. So they had to leave so they could take care of their grandchild. And as they were getting their camper and everything loaded up and packed up, the skies parted and the sun came out and the sky was blue, and we actually got fairly warm that day, up in the 60s. And so then after they left, we went for another walk. We walked the campground and we were looking for a trail, and we finally found the trail. Oh, it's a hunting blind. It's a hunting blind. They put camouflage netting around it.
Huh. So apparently you can hunt that here sometimes.
Yeah, that sign said that you should wear hunter orange when you're out here in the fall. But before we went for our walk, we decided to get some lunch. And that's when klutzy me, oh my goodness, I had a terrible accident. In our camper, we have low cabinets. They're at the bottom of the dinette. And they open out because they're not drawers, they're cabinets. The doors open out. And so I was getting down there to get the snacks out, the chips and things for our lunch. And I pulled the 2 baskets of chips out and got what we wanted. I don't know why I did this, unless it was because I had so much on my mind and I was kind of in a hurry because we wanted to go for a walk. I left the cabinet door hanging open instead of shutting it. And then I completely forgot that I left the cabinet door open. And then I thought, well, I need to go charge my phone so that I have plenty of battery life to take pictures and stuff when we go for our walk. So I went down the hall to the bedroom because that's where I had my charger, and I tripped over that door that was hanging out right in the walkway. And I tell you what, I hit that thing and I tripped and I went down and I hit hard. I really hit the floor hard, and I landed on my right side, but that wasn't what was hurting. It was my left leg. And the reason it was hurting so bad is that I just scuffed the daylights and gouged it on that door. I'm going to show some pictures here in a few seconds. If you're squeamish at all, you don't like any of that kind of stuff, this is your fair warning to close your eyes, because I'm going to keep talking and I'm just going to flash the pictures up on the video. But yeah, here's my left leg. I scraped the daylights out of it. I bruised myself terribly, although the bruises on my left leg don't really show up that well, but they're super painful. And then what I didn't realize, because I had tennis shoes on, is that I really hurt my ankle as well. I bruised up my ankle really bad. So in these next pictures, you'll see my foot is so swollen. You can see my sock marks. This was after we got back from our walk. I was like, man, my foot really hurts. So I took my shoe and sock off and I'm like, oh my gracious, look how swollen my foot is. And there was a bruise right on the top of my ankle. And then on my right leg, where I hit the floor, the whole side of my leg right on by my knee and underneath my knee is just a huge bruise. Now those bruises aren't horribly painful unless obviously someone smacks them or I bump them. But my left leg is what's really sore, super sore. It's like, don't touch it. Olivia was so sweet. She was such a nurse and she bandaged me up and put some antibacterial spray on, which burned like fire. But it had like lidocaine in it that was to dull the pain. And Scott was so sweet. He's like, are you okay? Are you okay? He says, I think I heard something break. Did something break? I'm like, no, I'm not broken. Did the door break? He's like, I don't care about the door. I can fix that. Because I thought I heard something snap. Well, nothing snapped. I was fine. I've been kind of limping around for the last day or two, but I'll get better. But thank goodness I didn't break anything. So anyway, we went for our walk, took some more beautiful pictures, and then when we got back to the camper, we just had it turned colder. All of a sudden, like suddenly, we were sitting outside in our chairs enjoying the sunshine, and then all of a sudden the skies turned gray again and it got really cold, like pretty quick, and it started to threaten to rain, because we had talked about doing pudgy pies on the fire and cooking our hot dogs on the fire, but we nixed that idea and we just decided to do hot dogs on the grill. We have a built-in grill on our camper, so Scott cooked hot dogs. We had chips, we had leftover, we still had some more of those potatoes and carrots left. We warmed that up, warmed up some chili sauce out of a can, and we did not do s'mores or pudgy pies at all. We just decided not to do that. And we had a movie night. We watched Spiderwick Chronicles, which was a really good movie, and we watched Secret Life of Walter Mitty. If you have not seen those movies, you need to check them out. They're super good. Scott made a huge pan of popcorn.
More than what that's going to hold.
Another boulder.
Well, there's not oil running out of it.
My father.
I sat with my foot elevated and with ice on my ankle. Once I realized how swollen it was, I iced it. And so that's what we did on Sunday. So then Monday morning was when we were gonna leave. Monday we had to be checked out by 2. We just had a very leisurely morning. It rained cats and dogs Sunday night. We heard it all night long raining. So when we woke up, it was very gray. It was very gray. In fact, when I first woke up, I thought, man, it must only be like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was more like 9, but it was so gray. We just sat in the camper. We had a leisurely breakfast. drank our coffee, took our time. This kind of got the camper cleaned up on the inside, got things ready to travel. As if anyone has a camper, you know you can't leave things sitting out or that'll go flying. So we have to, make sure everything's put away. It was around 11 when we pulled out. Scott and Travis got all the awning pulled in and all the outdoor stuff done. When we pulled out, we had a very uneventful trip home, very safe travels. And the further north we got, the sunnier the skies got, and we got home and it was really quite nice. It's been a beautiful day today. And we came home and the house was immaculate. Lydia had kept it beautiful, and so we unpacked the camper and here we are today. I'm doing laundry like crazy because we have a mountain of it, and telling you about our trip. So we just had the most relaxing, beautiful time. I absolutely love camping in the fall. Even if the weather is iffy, I don't care. I love it. Even if we had to get our umbrellas and go for a walk because it was raining, I would have loved it. And even though the weather was kind of cold and blustery, it was just a fantastic time. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it. The whole entire time I was like, oh, I'm so sad this is our last trip for this year. I don't want this to be our last trip for this year. And I didn't want it to be over. I didn't want to come home. I was not ready to come home. And I think that's the best kind of vacations, when you have to leave and you're not ready to leave. That really is a sign that you had a really, really good time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the beautiful sights of central Indiana in autumn. I really enjoy doing these types of videos, and I really don't care if they don't get a lot of views on YouTube. I do them because I know that a lot of you subscribers do enjoy following our family and our adventures, and you like to see nature. And mainly I do these videos because in years to come I can go back and have our vacations all on tape, edited and nice, and we can enjoy these memories for years to come. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.